In just a few weeks, this stadium in Philadelphia will host FIFA World Cup matches. The city is preparing for 6 games and a surge of international fans, but visa uncertainty and rising airfares could dampen travel demand. So the question is America ready to welcome the world? And is the world ready for today's version of America? Some international fans are not rushing to book their trips to the United States. A recent survey found that 75% of Philadelphia area hotels are seeing lower bookings than expected.
I think it's amplified in the U.S., right? Prices are up all over the world for things like air tickets. The pricing on FIFA with their dynamic tickets is affecting fans all over the world. But the unique uncertainty that is surrounded by the American brand right now and our identity in the world, I can understand why that would give our friends and travelers and visitors from abroad maybe a pause when they say, I love the United States. I'm friends with so many Americans. I love their pop culture. I want to go watch the World Cup with them. But right now, I'm not sure if I feel as welcome as I always did in the past.
For some fans, the first sign of that uncertainty comes before they even reach the United States. Immigration lawyers say getting a visa may be the biggest hurdle of all.
First, it would be actually getting a visa. Because right now, citizens of particular countries who are on the visa ban, they cannot get any kind of visa at all. But those ones who have citizenship of another countries, they may actually be required to pay a huge amount of money as a special bond that they will be able to return to their own countries.
And even a visa does not guarantee entry. Some fans worry that upon arrival, border officers could inspect their phones and social media accounts.
We all know that policies are getting very tough. People are stopped at the border, they're questioned, their social media sources, they're checked constantly. And immigration officers at the border, they have a huge discretion, also like a consuls. When you go to a visa interview, a consul has a huge discretion whether to grant you a visa or not. The same way when you cross the border, CBP officer may take you for even secondary inspection. And they have unlimited, I would say, discretion right now to decide whether to allow a particular person to enter the United States.
I sent more people to Russia in 2018 than I have inbound coming into my own country for this event.
For some fans, the cost is a deal breaker. Experts say many are holding off on booking, even as average international airfare has climbed to nearly $1,100, up 42% since February.
When you get to less than a 7-day advance purchase, that's really where you're going to be spending your top dollar, on your flight. Our country is also, it doesn't link very well between host cities. We don't have a high-speed rail system in the United States. So any time you're going to be traveling, if you're going to be traveling by train, for instance, you're looking at hours on a multi-stop Amtrak train. So most travelers are going to have to utilize air travel. It's summer and our flights are booked domestically just for Americans traveling on their own vacations. So flights are tough in between the cities also. And so the longer you wait, you're going to be experiencing higher costs and less availability.
The concerns come as the Trump administration reportedly considers plans to halt immigration and customs processing at airports in Democratic-led cities, a move that could prevent some international flights from landing there. While some see Washington sending a less welcoming message, local leaders in Philadelphia are trying to trump it with
music, arts, food, sights, and the most important thing, we are warm and welcoming people. So you will have a fun time to meet us. We are very hopeful, and we have rolled out the red carpet for them. And we want to assure them, regardless of what the federal government does, we, the municipality here, are going to be protective. We just passed a whole bunch of laws to not let ICE interfere with us. I have another law coming up, going to be a hearing around making sure we keep people who are in jeopardy safe with their TNU visas. So we're doing our part in Philadelphia, regardless of what's happening federally, to make sure we're welcoming, we're supporting, and we have resources to help you if you were to be in trouble.
And let's speak now with Kieran Maguire. He's a football podcaster and football finance expert from the University of Liverpool Management School. Welcome to the program, and thank you for your time. I'd like to ask you, because on the one side, we're hearing that many fans are avoiding the United States. And on the other, there are record ticket prices and demand, according to FIFA. How much of a success or failure do you think this World Cup will be?
I think financially it will be a success for FIFA in the sense that there's a record number of games. They are the biggest stadia that we've seen the tournament take place in. And there has been substantial interest as far as ticket sales are concerned. What is noticeable, that if you go onto the FIFA website today, there are still some tickets available. But what appears to be very intriguing is that if you go on to some of the big ticket resellers, they are now selling huge blocks of tickets. So it looks as if FIFA have underestimated the reluctance of fans to pay these high prices, and now they're trying to sell them through alternate means. So I don't think it's going to be as lucrative as FIFA had hoped.
Many still remember the World Cup group draw, which turned into a major Trump spectacle with the FIFA president presenting the U.S. president with a peace prize. How much do you think that the presence of the U.S. president will overshadow the games?
I don't think so. Football fans have very short memories when it comes to making the key decisions as to A, if they're going to attend, B, how they're going to attend, or C, how they're going to consume the product. I think the love of your national team's football team takes priority and precedence over any political reservations that individual fans or groups of fans may have over the rather bizarre behaviour of Gianni Infantino in creating a prize for something to which FIFA has no association with. FIFA's a sporting organisation, not a political one.
Can I ask you a bit more about the ticket prices? Is it okay for a fan, to have to pay thousands of dollars to see a soccer match?
I think fans have voted with their feet in the sense that a huge number of sales have been sold to scalpers and bots and people who think that money can be made through flipping the tickets rather than to fans of individual countries. It does seem rather bizarre that if I'm from Haiti, where the annual earnings are around about $1,100 a year, and the price of a ticket is $1,200, that seems unrealistic. So I don't think traditional football fans will be attending. I think that FIFA are targeting a different market, and on the back of that, that will determine the success or failure from a financial point of view. I think from a sporting point of view, it's a huge disappointment, because many fans who have followed their countries in qualifying for the tournament and have done lots of travelling and gone to their national stadiums will have decided not to proceed any further.
How are you seeing the favourites going into this World Cup?
I think France have got the best looking players, but as we've seen with Real Madrid, just because you've got the best individuals doesn't necessarily mean that you've got the best team. So if you've got a group of individuals who are having to spend 4 or 5 weeks together, and you don't bond as a unit, then it could allow those clubs or those countries who are traditionally very good at tournament football to come to the fore. So France will be the favourites as far as the bookmakers are concerned. My personal view is that Germany or Spain are more likely to win the tournament. The South American teams seem to be a bit erratic.
What are you most looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to a feast of football, to going crazy when my team scores, to crying when they get knocked out, and to having some fantastic barbecues, because that's what the World Cup's all about.
Kieran Maguire, a football podcaster and football finance expert from the University of Liverpool Management School. Thank you so much.
So is America actually ready and willing to welcome the world at the World Cup? Joining me now is Arnout Geeraert, assistant professor at the Utrecht University School of Governance. The professor advises international organizations on how to ensure integrity and accountability in football. Professor, it's good to have you with us. I assume you're a man in high demand right now, considering what's being said about the World Cup. I mean, 1 week out, is the United States, is it open for the world, or is it selectively open?
Difficult to say. I think the United States will do everything that it can to ensure a highly successful World Cup. The president, Donald Trump, has chosen to associate himself very closely with the event, with both FIFA and the tournament. And so I think it is in his best interest that everything goes smoothly. And I'm sure that he will do everything that he can to ensure that everything does go smoothly. Now, will it indeed go well? Will there not be any issues? That remains to be seen.
I mean, if there are stories of people, and lots of people having problems just getting into the United States, what do you think that's going to do to the energy around the World Cup?
Well, if indeed it will be a problem for large groups of fans to attend the World Cup, and we would see empty stadiums, that could potentially be devastating for the image of, on the one hand, FIFA and Gianni Infantino, FIFA's president, who has positioned himself as really the spokesperson, the central figure in this organization. So on the one hand, that will be devastating for them. On the other hand, it will be devastating for Donald Trump, president of the United States. Now, I'm highly doubtful that we will see very many empty seats in the stadiums. It's politically too important for the United States to not solve these kinds of issues.
I mean, I know that the influence of FIFA is significant. But, you know, the power of immigration authorities in the United States, that's also significant. I'm wondering, in your opinion, do you think that FIFA maybe ignored the political risks when it decided to award the World Cup to the geographical area that it did?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think despite the many issues that have happened within FIFA in the past, I think 3 or 4 decades even, a lot of corruption has been going on in your organization. That's not a secret. Despite all of that, there are still many professional people working in that organization, and they're kind of used to organizing the Football World Cup, even in politically challenging environments. So have they underestimated it? Thus far, I don't see hard evidence that they did, but who knows? We will still have to wait and see what will happen once the event starts.